we saw a lot of what that wisdom could potentially do for the Golden State Warriors, which is really, really exciting. And we got to start with Al Horford. I ain't gonna lie. As I watched that game, particularly the first half, obviously, I forgot Al Horford was like 39 years old. It was crazy how he was flying around. But I think you guys made a really good point as you were talking about him, is that, and Steve Kerr also said this, like, it's not that he was necessarily flying around. He was just so instinctive. What did you see that you really liked about Al Horford?
He can close his eyes and know exactly where he is on the floor. If he's on offense or defense, he just feels everything. And that's where you're going, okay, he looked a lot younger than a 39-year-old. He looked more like a 29-year-old as far as how spry he was with his 3 block shots. But then you saw the experience, the IQ of a 39-year-old that Al Horford has. I mean, this is someone who, signed late because of the Jonathan Kuminga contract situation, who, yes, he was at Jimmy Butler's little mini camp and all of that, but he's new to this team, and the transition was seamless. It just seemed so easy for him out there, easy with him playing with a multitude of players, especially whether it was Steph Curry, whether it was Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, some of the young guys as well. So I think it's just really exciting for the Warriors to have this space big man, the space 5 that they've been coveting for so long, but then also still having the IQ and defense of an Andrew Bogut back in the day. It's like combining a Mo Spates and Andrew Bogut, like from those dynasty years, with an older, experienced Al Horford with this current group.
Yeah, I'm excited to see some big screens. You're thinking about Mo Spates and Andrew Bogut. I'm like, okay, Al Horford's going to have to step into that. But you're talking about the seamless nature in which he's playing with the Warriors. And Al Horford actually mentioned why it's been so easy for him to play with the Warriors. Let's hear what he had to say.
It was good. I know there's definitely ways that I can continue to be better, but they make it so easy for guys to come in here and kind of fit in with the group and what we're trying to do. And Draymond, Steph, and obviously Coach putting us in positions to kind of go out there and play and fill the game out. So it has been an easy transition, but for me, I'm obviously still getting comfortable and familiar with everything. But I am encouraged. After that first game, some of the things that I saw and some of the things that I know that that we will all continue to get better at.
Steph used the word unspoken chemistry when talking about that give and go that you had with him early on. What's it been like for you to understand his movement, his constant movement, and finding him for open shots and so forth?
It's a level of awareness that, I've never really had to think about before like that. But when I'm on the floor with him, it's, the whole mindset is, trying to make the game easier for him. And for me, that is either getting him the ball or setting a good screen or doing anything that I can to make sure that our offense just kind of moves and flows. And he's such a smart player that it's easy to play off of him. And sometimes he'll kind of tell you what to do. Like, he passed me that ball, but I knew that it was like, he's going to cut. And so I guess that's the unspoken that he's talking about right there. He expected me to pass the ball, and I did. So, for me, it's just continuing to just play off his energy. He just does such a good job of terrifying everybody in the league every time he moves. So that's something that I'm going to look to take advantage of.
Terrifying everyone in the league when he moves. Early in the first half in the game, Steph had a backdoor cut where Dalton Connect just did not follow him. And I immediately went like, come on, Dalton, you got to do better than that. Like, you've got to do better than that. You got to know that as soon as Steph gives up the ball, he's going somewhere. But break down that give and go play that Al Horford is talking about, because that was the play that everyone was just so excited to see, the chemistry already building between Steph and Al. What did you see in that dynamic between them that gets you excited about what they could potentially do out on the floor?
I saw that unspoken chemistry that Steph Curry talked about after the game as well, where right when he gives the ball back to Al Horford, as you talked about, Dalton Connect, you got to know Steph Curry's never going to stop moving. In the moment that he gets behind him, Al Horford, out of his eyes, can see Steph darting, and he doesn't hold on the ball. It's, I got it, you got it back. And it's just a perfect lead pass, easy layup right there for Steph Curry. And that's where you're seeing that experience, the high IQ, the championship pedigree that Al Horford has. It reminds me so much of the connection that Steph and Draymond have had over the years, because Draymond is going to know where Steph is on the floor without having to call out a play, without having to say a word. He could be looking one way and know Steph is going to be the other way and lead him still. So I think now it's almost like the Warriors have two players that are very similar in Draymond and Al Horford as far as understanding spacing in the floor and where guys need to operate best. So to have two of those guys around Steph Curry, what a luxury, Zena.
Right.